Thank you for joining me on the podcast today. You could be doing so much with your time, and I want to thank you so much for sitting down or walking or doing the dishes or whatever you're doing while listening to this podcast episode. It really means a lot that you trust me with your personal brand and your video marketing, and you are definitely going to get a lot out of today's episode. Thank you again. Really appreciate it. I'll tell you what, kid. Most people never try because they're terrified of being seen trying. The fear is exactly what's keeping their personal brand invisible, and I think I know better for you, kid. Come. Every episode, one clear idea to grow your personal brand and own the camera. Produced on Wadawurrung land. And yes, I don't know what that accent was either. I think I was just going for wise mentor mobster, and then I kind of lost it with the accent. Yes, we are talking about the thing that, honestly, I've been seeing a lot more lately, so that's why I wanted to do a podcast episode about it. And I wanted to specifically thank Sandy for spurring on this episode today. And the question that she left me with that really got me thinking about this was, everyone tells me my work is great, but I'm still not getting referrals, still not getting word of mouth. What am I doing wrong? And Sandy, you aren't doing anything wrong. You are constantly pushing, you are constantly trying, because your personal brand is not for you, it is for your audience. You are doing the work. And I say this as someone who is currently doing the same experience. I'm currently doing a lot of work to pitch myself to bigger and higher paying clients, and everyone tells me my work is great, but I don't get the sale. And I'm saying this to you because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Is a very annoying quote of phrase. I have no idea who it's from, but it is very applicable when it comes to growing your personal brand. If you do not try, you do not achieve. If you do not start, you do not do. And that is annoying. Not just for me, but for you. When you put barriers in front of yourself, your self-worth, and your personal brand, you put invisible barriers that don't need to be there, because honestly, why? There's also been a rise of the kids that I mentor, and I love you, but you are kids, because you're all under the age of 18, who I mentor in regards to entrepreneurship, content creation, marketing, all that good stuff. And they are petrified of being seen making a mistake, of being seen trying, because it's cringe. You're 12. It's fine. And if you are feeling like that, like the stat of that fewer than 12 people can actually do a pull-up, not because that they can't, but because most people have never tried. And this is, of course, this is an American study, like most things are, because it's the center of the universe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That same pattern also applies to adults. The same mentality that I have with my kids that I mentor is that the same pattern plays out in your business, in your personal brand every single day, especially when it comes to growing your personal brand. Because I'm going to say it to you now as nicely as I possibly can, but your personal brand requires you to do stuff. Requires you to take action, even in the event that you are getting some staff, some family, some friends, people to do some work for you. You are still driving that boat, my friend. You are still taking that action and making things happen. It is a widespread belief that good work speaks for itself, that your reputation will grow through referrals and word of mouth without you having to do much. Whoever is perpetuating that lie, I'm gonna get you. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna get you, because that is a lie that so many people repeat back to me as if it is gospel, because it should speak for itself. That type of assumption, and if you are feeling that way, I'm not calling you out, maybe a little bit. I'm calling you out a little bit here, because that assumption leads to a lot of skilled people, expert people, thought leader people to stay quiet, invisible, and just wait for something to happen. And waiting is not a strategy. Procrastination is not a strategy. And the statistics of the 12 people, The people who never try, those don't make the showcase highlight reel. And maybe that's not your goal. Maybe your goal is to leave a legacy, maybe to make as much money as you can and dip, whatever it is with your personal brand that you are trying to do, because your personal brand is not about you. You need to put in the effort for the sake of your audience, because they need to hear from you. My reputation should speak for itself is the mentality of one that is a common trap when it comes to personal branding, or that need, or honestly, that I'm going to say entitlement, that you feel like that your personal brand or personal branding is beneath you. And trust me, I've come across a couple of people like that recently, where, and this is aimed at Sandy, by the way, I love you. But the entitlement of my reputation should speak for itself assumes that your referrals are automatic, that your word of mouth is automatic, and it assumes that past wins that you may or may not have received translate into future trust without you actively sharing that effort with them. Because, and I'm going to burst your bubble here a little bit, what actually builds your personal brand is showing up, and showing up consistently. It is not just sharing your wins, your yeses, and like your achievements, but your mistakes, your losses, your value clashes, the things that you've learned, the experience, where you were wrong and now where you feel like you are right, your wisdom, your connoisseurship. Because you are going to have moments like this where you are wrong, where you make a mistake, but then you correct. And with that correction, you are doing it for your audience, not for you. And to be seen trying is not a sign of desperation. It is a sign of conviction that you have a goal and you're willing to achieve it. And yes, if that does mean that you're making a mistake here and there, you are human. To err is human. To make a mistake is AI. Are you feeling bummed? Are you feeling tired? Are you not feeling like you want to film a video today? Well, guess what? I have the thing for you. It is a Spotify playlist called Confidence on Cue that will get you, get ready, confident in front of the camera. Maybe not as confident as me because I am clearly oozing confidence. Maybe because I've listened to this playlist too much. That might be an idea. But for those who are needing a little bit of pick-me-up before you start recording, maybe listen to something as you put your makeup on or as you get dressed and get ready to serve your customers and serve your potential customers via video, you can do so with the Confidence on Cue Spotify playlist. Make sure you check out the links below. Bye! People are drawn to personal brands that feel real, especially in this day and age where there is just so much crap that isn't real, that doesn't mean anything, and ultimately does not serve the audience because, oh, it looks cool, but it just wants you to buy something that you will use once, forget about, and trash the planet, as much as AI is already doing that. It means being real. It means being messy. It means being in progress, but it also just means being honest. And sometimes that can be a simple video that you record on your phone and post that same day. It could be a really polished, grand video that you spend months curating and preparing for. But you still need to try. You still need to put in that effort. And with you sharing your wisdom, your experience, your stories, and your convictions, it's not your credentials. Yes, you've worked hard to get there. I can see that. But trust actually starts when you're a certain level of vulnerability with people. Now, do you need to share everything? No. Because again, it's for your audience. And the stuff that you share should help shape the work that you're doing. Because admitting fault when something is going wrong is not a weakness of your personal brand. It is a differentiator of your personal brand. Because most people will scroll past polish, usually because that means AI nowadays. They will stop if they see honesty. They will stop if they see you trying and doing your best, evolving, changing. Because your audience wants to be looking for someone who can show up, who tries, who learns, who keeps going for them. Because that's what you're doing this for. You want to be the person who tried, out loud, in public, on purpose, consistently, because that's what you're there for. And if you feel that need to be stuck in your shell, to pull in everything for the sake of comfortability in your comfort zone, I understand. I had that experience before. I experienced a fair bit of trauma throughout my life, and after a period of time, I did not feel confident in my own decisions. So I receded into the background. Homer into the hedge, be it were. And I'm the video confidence coach, for crying out loud. I wasn't confident in my own message, in my own worth. And I still feel that on a daily basis, to be perfectly honest. But I know it's not for me. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for the benefit of the people that I work for. Because I know who they are, and I know that they need my help. And most people that you'll come across in life have maybe tried, failed once or twice, and then maybe pivoted because they realized it wasn't for them. But also they may have just failed and then never got back up. Because most people don't try because they fear being seen in the attempt. And that could be many things. They could have made mistakes that have lost reputation, lost word of mouth, lost lives. But you are not alone in your personal branding journey. But you are also not alone in trying to build visibility so your message can be seen and heard by the right people. And relying on that alone by pure reputation and word of mouth is not going to cut it nowadays. I'm saying that forthwith. It is not going to cut it nowadays. People need to see proof. There are so many scams in this world, and they need to know that you're legit. Sharing your wins and your losses and your values and your mistakes are all building to the kind of trust that refers people that they can't manufacture out of a prompt through an AI generating machine. Being seen trying makes you more human, makes you more relatable, it makes you memorable. It also gives you a chance to not be so hard on yourself. Take the opportunity to just reduce your BFM, your bare effing minimum, and give yourself that chance to be consistent, to just appear, to be there, to be seen trying by your family, by your friends. Even if they don't entirely believe in you, you can show them otherwise. Your personal brand reminds people that they are being showed up for before they really feel it, or even have the evidence for it just yet. You are going to make them that evidence. Thank you for joining me on this episode today. The next episode that I'd love you to line up in your podcast catcher or your YouTube player of choice is episode 87, Brag Better, Brand Smarter, and episode 107, which is Why Personal Branding Matters If You're Not an Influencer. Both these episodes, I think, are good companion pieces to this episode, but also just reminds you about, like, bragging about your wins is not shouldn't be something that you feel awkward about. You are allowed to reframe it into something that is confident brand strategy, and also ultimately make you feel better about your wins because you shared it with people, and the people who love you and your super fans support you in that. And episode 107 also gives you that opportunity to honestly stop putting your own hurdles in front of yourself, especially when it comes to personal branding is not for me because it's for influencers, when no, it's not. It's never been for them. It is for you to grow your reputation, but also have the work that you're doing precede more than just a company you happen to build or a company you happen to be part of. You are there for your audience. Show them that. And a simple action that I would love you to do is take this opportunity to breathe, to think. Now, of course, if you are driving, do not do this. But take this opportunity to just think. And think about one thing that didn't go perfectly. It could be, you spilled your drink while listening to this episode. But it could be something as simple but it could be something more complex. Either way, I want you to publicly share that. It can be 1 sentence long. It doesn't have to be that. You don't have to put all the caveats. You don't have to do much. You can just post the one story on a platform of your choosing or schedule it out to all of them and be human about it. You don't have to constantly pick your wins. And it doesn't have to be a video either. I might be the video confidence coach, but I'm going to take it easy on you. But as long as you do this, I will smile on you. If anything I have said has really resonated with you today, please do reach out to me via Discord chat. It is a 13-minute complimentary conversation that I want to help you just take that first step. And especially if you are still worried about being seen trying, I will give you 13 minutes of my energy and my time to make sure you no longer feel that way after our 13 minutes together. That sounds more like a threat. I promise it is not a threat, even if it may sound like it. Thank you. I'll see you same time next week. Show notes and resources are the first link in the description, and the second link in the description takes you straight to something that I think is worth checking out. If you got value out of today's episode, and of course you did, please drop a review on your podcast catcher of choice or however you're listening or watching this podcast. It takes 2 minutes and it really means a lot. Thank you. This podcast was made on Wadawurrung land. I pay my respects to their elders, past and present. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Until next week, show up, be seen, get booked.